Hi, and welcome to this BassLabs fishing Freview. Today we're checking out the Diet Mullet 3.5 inch, brought to you by Reaction Strike. In one of my other Freviews, I talked about the Diet Mullet 4.5, and I didn't have too many good things to say about that one. It was kind of really stiff plastic, and what didn't give me the kind of action that I was looking for in a swim bait. This is the little brother of the Diet Mullet, and it comes in only 3.5 inches. Let's double check to verify that. So I guess from tip to tip, it's 3.5 inches. But from nose to end of tail, tip of tail, it's only about a little over 3 inches. And let's see how wide it is. At the nose, it's about 1/4 of an inch. And the tail is about 0.4 width and 0.6 height. Alright, so this is a little guy. You can see right off the bat, I feel like he's a lot more flexible than the other version, the larger version. That comes just from the thinner tail. But it actually, I had pretty good experience with them so far. I tried to throw it just on a hook, like Texas rig styled, because my real hope was to have a swim bait and worm that could slide through grass really easily, because even a swim bait can sometimes catch, and I thought this tail would be really great for getting through. I might cut these eyeballs off, but we'll see. But I tried it swimming like that, and it did not swim very nicely. So I'd almost given up on him, but I gave him one more chance, and I put it on, this is a different color. This is watermelon gold flake. The other one's obviously blacking. It's a yellow tail, but they say chartreuse. I threw it on the back of this Terminator jig that I attached to a chatterbait blade to, and it actually swims really nicely. I think it's just generally with the chatterbait I'm not swimming it so slowly, and the action of the blade really helps kind of whip that tail around. And again, that plastic is thinner, just more flexible. Let's see how much that drops to the side. So what's really, I'm not sure exactly if it's this tail or not, the Diet Mullet, but when I last time I threw this, it was really working. I was getting a good number of bites, and I really feel like it was because it was sort of like hunting a little bit. And I think what happens is, because his tail is just flailing, generally it's in the same rhythm as this the blade, because it's really the blade that's going to dictate the action of the lure. But because it's not exactly the same, it'll start to I guess desyncopate, and it'll actually hunt. So I'll see it like wobble, 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 just looks great, and then once in a while you just see it veer off, and then it'll come back, and it looks really good. And so again, I think it's against this style of tail, it adds almost like a random weight into the mix. So that's really cool. So I have not tried this one yet. The black and chartreuse, but I bet it would be good at night. So this is a 3/8 ounce jig head, but I would imagine it would work pretty well on anything higher for sure, and maybe even a 1/4 ounce would work well on it, because this tail is pretty long and wobbly. But so I haven't been really a big fan of these Reaction Strike line of plastics, but I think I finally found, I don't know, it's like my favorite and how much I'm actually going to throw it, other than the chatterbait so far, because this is really the one thing that has kind of stood out as. But, you know, I think it's enough for me to keep trying to experiment. And I think if you get the chance, maybe you can pick up a pack and try to experiment. Let me know if you can get ideas. All right. I guess one last thing we'll do is check out the weight. It's 2.7 grams. Right, so it's pretty light. And obviously, I can tell it's almost, it's a little harder than a robo worm. So, like, even though I caught a few fish, you could see here, it stayed on pretty well. This thing's not, I mean, I can take it off if I force it, but this type of plastic really grips on the hook, so it actually sticks really well, even though this doesn't have a trailer keeper anymore. So that's actually a really big plus. Otherwise, this tail is very soft, and I would say that it's probably only like 50% harder than a robo worm, of like a full-size robo worm comparatively, in terms of how much motion there is. So this is, I think, it actually something I would buy again if I got the chance. Alright, until next time, check out my other Freviews and enjoy.